Well, I've got a couple of people that have come in and replaced Michelle now, and these are fellas from DeWalt. How are
Yes,
you?
sir. Roger,
We have
nice to meet you.
Sean Kelly and Maurice Lapointe.
How you doing?
How are you, gentlemen?
Very good.
And you brought gifts? Is that you brought show
they
and
can be
tell?
gifts.
Show
They
and
can be
tell,
gifts.
huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, tell us what you have.
Okay, we've got a few new tools that we'd like to show you.
First of all, let me say, if you don't know the name DeWalt in the tool business, and you haven't been in the tool business very long, because these folks been around a while, and they make a really great product.
Thank you.
So
We're
tell
very
us
proud
what you got.
of the work
What did
that
you
we
bring
did.
over?
So the first one, and I'll touch on this one in a minute. This one's a little bigger.
Whoa!
We've been focused on the surface preparation
Sure.
application. So we've launched a full new range of large angle grinders. This is one of them, and this one's specifically designed for the surface preparation application.
Now this is a precursor to polishing.
So this is before a polishing application will be done. Primarily, the application will be to come in and remove mastic, epoxies, other membranes. If they want to remove an MMA and then replace it with another MMA, or if they need
Basically
to remove lippage.
preparing for the next step of whatever.
So it could be a decorative overlay, or it could be an underlayment for the next floor cover. So some things that are important to the user that we've designed into the tool. A low profile gear case so that you can fit underneath toe kicks and staircases, that kind of thing. So we really brought the size and shape of this down. And then you see the shroud. The shroud will be coming to us in March. So this is to collect the dust. We've got a patent pending hinge design here.
Does it work on kind of a vacuum?
It does.
Stasis?
So
and you can back up.
We do, and I've got a vacuum, and I'll tell you about it as well. The shroud, it'll connect to the vacuum and collect the dust as it's removing the material, and it has a parked position up for doing walls. So if you wanted to get up close to the edge and do a wall.
All right.
And then it has a parked position down. If you're against the wall and you want to come out to the area, just push it down and then it's done and it's easy. Spring loaded, again, that's patent pending on that design.
Wow.
And then we've got a bell handle, nice and big. These guys are working on the ground, so it gets them off the ground. This is a compression molded material, so it's going to last a long time.
That'd be anything when you're dealing with that, where you're kneeling or that sort of thing, or crunching down. It's an unwieldy situation. You want to make the best of it.
It is. The more comfortable we can make the guys, the better.
Yeah.
We've gotten great feedback on the size and shape of that. We also have some electronics features that are unique to us. To get the badge Perform and Protect, which in order to get this badge of honor, you got to do something unique, a unique feature that gives the user protection in his application.
Okay.
So one of the ways that we do that this tool has, it's a frequent occurrence that breakers trip. And so when that happens, if the trigger is locked on, and they forget that they have it locked on, they walk away, they flip the breaker back, and the tool goes on while they're not even there.
This has an interrupt?
This requires that the user comes back, cycles the trigger, and then he can safely continue his application. So it qualifies for the Perform and Protect there, also for the dust collection aspect of it as well. Now we'll go to the vacuum. This is how it connects, so universal connector. So similar to the way an air compressor hose will connect. It's a quick connect. And what you see out there, and the guys that are watching will absolutely know, they use a lot of duct tape to connect their hoses.
Oh, absolutely.
Gone are those days with this system. So you just connect it up, and it quick connects on.
Similar
and
to
swivels.
water hose quick connect.
Yep, connects on,
Great
and
concept.
it's there, and now they can pull their back around very easily and not have to worry about it coming undone. And when they want to pull it out, they can. It's no problem. So for the vacuum that we've got down here that I know the camera can see, it has a lot of CFM. It's a small package, but it's 140 CFM.
Wow.
Designed for working with one or even more of the large angle grinders. Telescoping handle, variable speed, and it does a nice job of collecting the dust. And then we have a smaller version of this guy as well. It's been out for a little while, and it does a nice job for us as well.
Well, that's great. I'm happy you stopped by and brought both pieces of equipment. We're going to let Maurice talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get him involved here.
Am I grabbing some of that
and
off
see what he brought over.
I'll
And
get some of this out
then
of his
we're
way.
going to ask folks to stop by your booth and see if you can repaint this verbatim.
Absolutely, and they can use the products as well.
All right, thank you. What I'm here to talk about is accessories. We always like to say your tool's
Sure.
only as good as your accessory.
Yeah.
So that's what I like to focus on. And the first accessory to wear the Perform and Protect badge, similar to the tools, is our new Sds Max line. And I brought a bit here to show you some of the differences that make it better than what's out there on the market today. The first thing is the carbide tip. This is a 4-cutter Sds Max tip. You can see we've added a significant amount of carbide on this tip, about 50% more versus the current
That's for
standard
some
bit.
serious hole drilling.
You got it. It gets you about 2 times the life versus the standard bits on the market today. The second piece of it is vibration. Now, if you notice, these 4 cutters on each side are all the same height, and what that does, when you engage into your material, it spreads the impact energy equally across all 4 tips, allowing it to reduce vibration. Okay, and that's why it's part of the Perform and Protect system. It gives you up to 30% less vibration.
Wow.
All right. The second one I want to talk about is Demolition Steel. Now these type of bits are used for breaking up and chipping and breaking the concrete up. And what we found, the 2 biggest problems with Demolition Steel is you either get breakage on the shank or you get wear or rounding on the tip. So we wanted to address that, but we knew we needed 2 types of steel to address 2 types of problems. So what we came up with is a dual steel design. We have a high durability.
Can this be used in a hammer?
It can be used in a hammer.
Okay.
You got it.
All right.
An SDS Max Hammer, we have an SDS Plus or 3/4 inch hex. So the tip steel is made out of a high durability, wear resistant tip, really the working end of the bit to make sure it stays sharp the longest. However, the shank or the shaft of the bit is a high durability, shock resistant steel. So when a user is using the bit and he wedges it into that concrete, it'll actually flex a little bit and it won't break on it. So what we do is we weld those 2 pieces together and it gives you 2 times the life versus our current standard chisels that are out there on the market.
What are we looking at from feedback from customers on the industry? These tools that both you and Sean have brought over, are they the answer to some questions that have been brought out in the last couple of years? Is there more demand for this?
Yep.
The smaller type tool as opposed to the old large? Is it
the
smaller
trend?
and
If there's a
smaller?
trend that sticks out, it's collecting the dust.
Okay.
If we were to look 15 years ago, these guys didn't have regulations on these job sites to collect the dust.
Well, now there's
so
regulations. They have to be masked and everything else.
So this collects the dust and makes those masks and the other things not needed in many cases. So there's absolutely a trend to require the dust collection. So that's what we're trying to do, is protect the user, but not give up performance, and that's what Perform and Protect is all about.
And you have to try to find a middle ground to reach that.
Right.
Sure, absolutely. Hey fellas, I really appreciate you coming over and showing some of this new material. Where's your booth at?
It's over in the corner. We're near the street there, just outside the North Hall.
Okay, just outside the North Hall.
Yep, outside in the parking lot area, and it's very interactive, so you can come by and you can try all the different tools and accessories.
And you got a lot of the things that guys can demo.
You got it. Yep.
Excellent.
Love to
Well, I
have you.
appreciate you both coming
Thanks for
over.
the time.
Maurice Lapointe and
Thank you very much.
Sean Kelly from DeWalt. I'll tell you, this company puts out some great equipment. They have for homeowners like myself over the years, but this stuff is really fine for those of you who have to work in the industry and take care with it. So I appreciate you coming over. It's been
Thank you very
fun.
much.
It's
Thank
been
you.
enjoyable and much success as you go along. For those of you who are at the show, by all means, stop by and see them. You're on the
Corner
North
just
Hall?
outside the North Hall.
North Hall. See them over in the North Hall.
All right.
I'd be happy to talk to you.
Thank you.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Super. It's been fun.